Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Perpetual News. Today, we're going to talk about what makes a great president, or what makes a good president, is actually what the title is. And this is just my opinion. So let's just rapid fire get through it real quick. And I would like for you guys to leave a comment below to tell me who your favorite president is and why I'm wrong. So let's just start off with the basics. My favorite presidents are probably these three. George Washington on the left there, Teddy Roosevelt in the middle, probably my favorite president, and his fifth cousin, Franklin Delano Roosevelt. Now, these presidents all have some similarities that I'd like to talk about, and I think their similarities are that they fought for the American people, the common man especially. The theme of this video will be that these people, the people that I think are good presidents or would make good presidents, fight for the common people, which generally is how my mindset goes when it comes to politics and elections and if people should be in politics at all. So, what are these core values? Presidents need to fight and defend what they believe in. Simple as. I might disagree with some of the policies of some of our former presidents, but at least they fought for them. I don't agree really with George W. Bush's war in the Middle East yet at the time. His favorability rating came 91% or something like that. So it was obviously the will of the American people, and he followed through. Now, do I think that would be what I did? No, not necessarily, but you got to look at things from a historical perspective. So I think it was a good thing that he fought and defended what he believed in. Obama, another one. The Affordable Care Act was not exactly popular. It has basically no support amongst Republicans. It has constantly tried to be overturned, appealed, parts of it removed, parts of it changed. It is always in contention. But it got done at the end of the day, and it helped lots of people. And even now it's being supported by some people in Congress who have finally given them the rights to fight corporations over drug pricing, and it's having an effect today. I just saw a thing where 10 drugs just dropped in prices by thousands of dollars and probably helped a bunch of people. Another thing is you need to fight for the common man despite the uphill battle. Corporations are going to be against you if you're president. Especially if you're not in their pocket, And the common trend is that you need to walk a middle line. You need to walk a line that's going to, number one, if you really want it, be reelected. Number two, walk a line that's going to help out as many people as you can for as long a period as you can. And you also need to not piss off the corporations enough to absolutely destroy you. So, fight for the common man. You need to work for everybody and not just your party. I think that's a simple enough principle. I think this is a thing that you should think about when thinking about someone like, Bill Clinton. He kept some of the conservative policies of the Reagan-Bush era, but he also gave some liberal legislation for his supporters, and so it was kind of a combination of the two that made his presidency a pretty good one, despite the specific thing that changed his presidency. So you just need to work for everybody and not just your party. Just and well-meaning. Cared for humanity. I think this is a thing that you can see in a lot of presidents, but there are definitely some where it doesn't apply. And I think these are some of the lowest rated presidents. Some of these presidents would be, the slave owners that obviously are not good, and people that were simply out for themselves and just weren't really well-meaning. They kind of wanted the presidency because they wanted the presidency, because they had that ego on them. And so I think this is a pretty common thing now. We've seen in politics that there are a lot of people that are grifting and a lot of people that really don't need to be in politics, but they want to be in politics because the office of the president sounds quite appealing to them. Stubbornness. Now, you might criticize me on this one, but the ability to be unbending to corporate people, interests, and lobbyists is a very important necessity when you're going to be president. You are representing the American people. You are not representing Amazon. You aren't representing, Walmart. You aren't representing any of these corporations. You are representing the people that went out in November and voted for you. Now, it's an easy enough thing to say. However, we've only had a few presidents that really were unbending to corporate interests. And I think one of them was Teddy Roosevelt, who was the trust buster. And another one would probably be his cousin, Franklin Roosevelt. Now, of course, moving on, you need to be not elitist, yet well-liked in Washington. Obama, somewhat of an outsider. A first-term senator, only had been in Congress, I believe, elected to 3 terms. So he was really only politics for about 8 years before he ran for president. So he was, known in Washington, and some people liked him, his party especially. And then he wasn't really an elitist because he came from pretty much nothing. So that's a perfect example of what I think would be a good quality for a president. Now, do I think Obama is my favorite president? No. But do I think he was an okay president that was probably well-intentioned? Yeah, I think so. Did he get all that I would want done? No, but that's okay. Friend of unions over corporations. Now, obviously this is my leftist ideal, but I think really it goes hand in hand with unbending to corporate interest. You don't want to be the corporate president. You don't want to be someone that is known for destroying labor unions. You don't want to be against labor unions. You want to be pro the people that voted. You want to be pro the people that are actually working, growing the economy, and helping out America. Simple as. And you do what is needed, despite the opposition. This goes back to Obama's Affordable Care Act. There's a lot of contention around it, but you got it done. This goes the same for, gay marriage equality. Maybe unpopular among the right wing. Doesn't matter. Got it done. There's also things that are on the right wing that, the left won't like that probably need to be done as well. Now, I probably disagree with them personally, but that's okay. This is America. This is why we have a democracy, at least for the time being. And, that's what I believe in. Now, this is a slide because I think that people need to understand that politics is a game of chess. You have to build the sausage. Now, for those of you who don't know what that means, it's a historical term basically that means you got to build a bill. You have to take things from all sides to get a bunch of people to vote for the thing that you want. Now, in American politics, there's so many different complicated little bits of each party that wants something. On the right wing, there's the MAGA Republicans, the Trump supporting Republicans, then there's the Tea Party, then there's the moderate Republicans, then there's the libertarian Republicans. And so if you're a Republican, you got to get something for all of those different folks to come together to support your bill. Now, if you're on the left wing, you have the socialists. You have the more moderate Democrats. You have the Bill Clinton-era Democrats. You have Blue Dog Democrats. They don't really exist that much anymore, but they're still there. And so you have to persuade all of these people and get multiple angles in to support what you need to get done. Now, what does all this come together for? comes together for a good president. The core values are really that you need to, 1, be kind. Number 2, not be a corporate sellout. And number 3, and this is probably the most important one, work with other people not in your party. Simple as. You just got to be a uncompromising yet compromising president. It's very hard to understand, but this is what we see in the likes of Abraham Lincoln. This is what we see in the likes of Teddy Roosevelt. This is what we see in the likes of George Washington. And this is what we see in the likes of FDR. And that's why I think these people make good presidents. Thank you for watching. Hit the subscribe button. Let me know who your favorite president is in the comments, and I will see you next time. Thank you.